Today, we are giving this speech about Ray Bradbury, not only because Miss Wilkie made us, but also because he was such an amazing author. Caroline and I will both share our speeches honoring two of the forms of technology in a book that he wrote, Fahrenheit 451. First, Caroline will speak about the television, then I will talk about the meaning of the seashell or thimble radios.
The minute I picked up this book, I immediately noticed all of the technology described. Bradbury's predictions were correct when he predicted that television would take the place of reading for most people. I also found it interesting how accurate the other predictions that he made were about the future. For example, there were these things called thimble radios, which are basically speakers that block out the sound around you, which today are known as headphones. But I really enjoyed reading and comparing the television today and his predictions because the overall ideas were correct, despite the physical appearances. For instance, Montag, the main character, and his wife lacked a happy relationship because his wife was too distracted by all the television. The television also prevented interaction between them. All Mildred really wanted was interaction with technology. This line from the book, "It'll be even more fun when we afford to have the fourth wall installed. How do you figure before we'll save up and get the fourth wall torn out and fourth wall TV put in? It's only $2,000. This quote shows that nothing else really mattered to Mildred. All she wanted was to watch television, and as long as she had television, she would be happy. Another one of Bradbury's predictions was that television would take people's interest away from reading, and this played a major role in the book. In fact, in the society in this book, it was actually illegal for people to read or even own a book. However, Montag was given the opportunity to read books for 24 hours as long as she would burn them after. As Montag read, he began to enjoy reading and did not burn the books as he was supposed to. He was then caught for having books in his possession, but ran off before they had the chance to arrest him. So of course, television did not show much helpfulness in this book. However, today, television is an important part in gathering important news and other important information. Of course, this is still mostly used for personal entertainment, as it was in the book. This is why I like Ray Bradbury, because he showed that there are more important things in life than watching television.
As soon as I opened this book, I knew that technology would play a big role because there are so many examples of technology that were similar to what we have today. In a way, Ray Bradbury predicted the future because he feared that technology would be too powerful, popular, dangerous, addicting, and not necessarily a good thing as time went on. From what I could tell, he also feared that pretty soon the whole world would rely on technology, and that isn't always good. Out of all the examples of technology in this story, I chose to talk about the seashell or thimble radios, which are pretty much like earphones today. Montag was listening to the seashell radios trying to run away near the end of the book when he heard, "Police suggest entire population in the Elm Terrace area do as follows. Everyone in every house in every street open a front or rear door or look from the windows. The fugitive cannot escape if everyone in the next minute looks from his house." The quote shows that the seashell radios hold a very important role. It pretty much saved Montag from getting arrested and killed while he was trying to hide from the whole community. Montag had to rely on the seashell radios, and without them, he probably would have been found and killed. That is what Ray Bradbury feared the whole world would do eventually. Everyone would depend on technology, and without it, everyone would not know what to do with themselves and die because they wouldn't know how to survive. He was also scared that with earphones and technology similar to that, it would prevent people from doing things that are more important in life. For example, Montag felt somewhat disconnected from Mildred because she was always listening to her seashell radios. The book even says, "In her ears, the little seashells, the thimble radios tamped tight, and an electronic ocean of sound, of music and talk coming in on the shore of her unsleeping mind." The room was indeed empty. Every night the waves came in and bore her off on their great tides of sound, floating her wide-eyed toward morning. There had been no night in the last 2 years that Mildred had not swum that sea, had not gladly gone down in it for the third time. That quote shows that she is pretty much addicted to her seashell radios. Think about modern day society and picture that you're walking on a sidewalk in New York City. Pretty much everyone that you see jogging or walking around or probably even in the car are listening to music with their earphones or their iPods. That's okay, but some people are addicted to their phones or iPods and they don't read or spend time with family. Now, I'm certainly not saying that technology is a horrible thing because there are many pros and cons, and personally I love going on my phone and iPod. But I would like to acknowledge Ray Bradbury for his wisdom about technology, because when he wrote this book back in 1953, there was not all the technology we have right now. And somehow he managed to realize the importance of other values besides technology before it really started to become popular and advanced like it is today.
So, as you can tell, Ray Bradbury is a phenomenal writer who focuses in on exotic types of technology. The two forms of technology we talked about today are only the few out of many in this book. As you can tell, Bradbury's predictions were correct, because technology, in fact, has become a very important part of life today. We hope you enjoyed our speeches honoring the technology and hope we persuaded you to read this book yourself.